Hi, my name is Mark Hayward. I am a corporate employee with an entrepreneurial mindset. So I want to talk today about a few different things. So I wanted you to be aware of that I'm going to cover 3 different things today. And they are all about people. And I think these are critical things for people that are going to be successful in business. So they are, first thing, being proactive. Second thing is Propeople. And third thing is Optimism. So this is the mindset of the Absolute Business Mindset podcast and what you're listening to. So being proactive. So this is something that when I started work, I decided that was going to be critical for me to be proactive and get out there and start speaking to people, making things happen, doing things, being there, getting to meetings. It's all about a mindset on how you're to achieve those things. It's not for the faint-hearted, okay, guys? It's not for the faint-hearted. You've got to keep this up continuously. And both those things, proactive, pro-people, and optimism, is something that you need to keep going. So if you're not a proactive, pro-people, or optimist person, then don't try and be. You can only keep it up for a very short period of time and people will see through you. So if that's not you, listen to what I say and see if you can take small steps to be able to achieve those things, right? Don't get overwhelmed by what you think is something that is beyond your control. Take small steps to being proactive. So proactive means going into meetings, taking notes and making an example that you're taking notes. It might be going into a meeting and proactively adding contributions. That might be going and giving an opinion or asking questions. You know how I love to ask questions. And you're able to deliver. You deliver things before deadlines and you then share it with people. You share what your thoughts or your ideas with other people. It's a really important thing to be collaborative and to be able to work with people. So you need to go out there and deliver. And if you start with that mindset that you're going to go and deliver, you can achieve really great things. Proactivity, I would say, there's a fine line, right, between being proactive and just being too keen, which is annoying. So you just have to keep that proactivity up, but don't be too keen and too annoying. So I think it's something that everyone who's in this sort of realm, your first day at work, you want to be able to be seen as proactive, but you don't want to be sucking up to the people, to your boss, because you want the next promotion tomorrow, because that's too keen. So proactivity, I think, is something that we should all strive to have. Pro-people is our number 2. Our number 2 is about pro-people. And I would say this is something that a lot of people forget. A lot of experts get defined as being an expert in a subject or a type of job, or if you're an accountant, you might become an accountant in tax or whatever it is. You are going to move away from being pro-people and being pro-expertise or pro-subject. Now, it's incredibly important. You got to like people. If you want to do business, you've got to like people. Go out there, meet people, be nice, be friendly, go and just want to connect with people. The biggest thing is making connections. I was listening to this podcast with the guy from, I forget, he was in a big US company, and he's like a Yoda of business. Home Depot, I think, is in the US. And he was saying, it's all about the people. It's all about who you hire that deliver greatness. So you've got to want to work with people. You've got to want to employ the best people that you've got. So you've got to be able to like people, get on with people, deliver things in a team, deliver things on your own, but with consultation. It's critical, absolutely critical, that you've got to be able to get on with other people. If not, you're going to become probably a domain expert, and you're just going to become an expert in that. Going out and liking people is good for sales and marketing. If you go out and sell things, you're then, because you're pro people, because you like people, you want to go out there and speak to people. So it's critically important that people, you got to be a people person. You got to like them, you got to deal with them, you got to make them happy, you've got to deliver early, you've got to be able to get great things done. And the only way you do that is by people. Okay? Right. And then the last thing is optimism, and this is a little bit linked to proactivity, but it's not for everyone. I'll just leave that hold just for a minute. It's not for everyone, and it's another thing that you need to keep up and keep. And you're either an optimistic person or you're a pessimistic person. And what I do believe, though, is pessimists can become optimists, and equally optimists can become pessimists. But let's just focus on the pessimists becoming optimists. If you look at a situation and you think, I can't do it, I won't do it, it won't be able to be done, I just can't deliver it in the time frame that I've given, right? That's not hard to do, that you can't deliver what you need to do on time because you've got too many other constraints, blah, 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 blah. If you approach the subject, this is an opportunity for you to be able to develop skills that you've never seen before, that you've never developed before. You start moving towards optimism, right? That is where most successful people live. I would say Richard Branson, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, all of these people are hugely optimistic people, because Elon Musk wants to go to Mars. You don't do that without being an optimist. Richard Branson couldn't have, 100 odd companies if you weren't optimistic on what you can deliver. Now, the only thing I would say about optimism is you don't be gullible. There's a definite line between being an optimist and being gullible. If you're gullible, then you believe anything that anyone says. An optimist is different, because that is someone that wants to see the best in situations and be able to respond in a positive manner. That's not gullible. Right. Wanted to make that clear. So you should be wanting to be proactive, pro-people, and an optimist. They are things that everyone can achieve and everyone can do there. Now, if you don't naturally sit there, I understand. I have sympathy. I have empathy for you. I know people that are not particularly optimists. And they can add a lot of value in certain areas, but they will not be pro-people, and they will probably not be proactive either. So these three threads link between each other, and they are the pillars of being able to deliver positive business attitudes. So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to say to you that if you want to listen to this podcast, you can listen to it on iTunes and Stitcher. And you have my YouTube videos you can check out. You also have my Twitter account, Mark Hayward169. By all means, link in with me. I'd love to hear from you. I have a private members group that no one is interacting with. By all means, drop me a line. It's an Absolute Business Mindset on Facebook. Just one thing, last thing. If you listen to this podcast and you think it adds value, you like what you hear, I want you to go out and speak to people and tell people about this. Go out there, reach out about it. I do often leave messages on Twitter with the different podcasts, as well as them being on iTunes and Stitcher. By all means, drop me messages, do reviews. I'd love to hear what you think about it. I'm probably past number 30 on doing my podcasts. Really would love some feedback, and really just go out there and tell one person about it. I'd love you to tomorrow, after you listen to this, go out and tell someone that they should listen to Absolute Business Mindset. Enjoy. Thank you all.